Hello my beautiful friend and welcome back to another daily video. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about, let's just say indie titles versus AAA titles. And let's just immediately dive in. At first, I wanted to talk about this article by Automaton. As always, I'm going to link basically everything in the description box down below. But Neo's developers stick to the tradition of pre-launch demos because they believe player feedback helped shape the series into what it is today, which I absolutely agree with. I love demos of games because we can make an educated guess if we like the game or not. And it obviously gives the devs, especially when it's a smaller team, a little bit more, well, let's just say focus. It gives them a little bit more leeway to make the game better, which does not work with bigger games because it has to go through multiple instances and levels of greenlighting. But yeah, then I got to talk to a friend before I started recording here. We talked a little about Hades 2 and that she basically wants to play Hades 1 because, well, it's a good game. She likes roguelikes, and I said, Hades. And yeah, Hades 2 was finally released a couple of days ago. Release date, 3 days ago. And it's overwhelmingly positive on Steam right now. I have the page right here with 95% right now. And it's a really, really good game. Of course, there is an argument to be made. Yeah, obviously just people who are going to love the game are going to buy and review the game. But again, this is not how it works. What is the point that I'm trying to make here? Because we also got to talk a little bit about other games we enjoyed this year, like Expedition 33. I 100%ed that game because it is just fantastic. And we really struggled to think about a AAA title that was released this year that, well, had an impact on us. And it really didn't. Not as far as I can remember right now. But a site that I'm usually never on is Metacritic. Because usually I'm always just on Steam, but we again got talking and somehow went to Metacritic. I don't know. And best games this year. I really do not count Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom because no. I make the joke again and again, but Breath of the Wild is Nintendo's Skyrim. They are going to release this game like a zombie. It's going to be revived on every console right now. It's been on the Wii U, it's been on the Switch 1, and it's now on the Switch 2. And no, it's not a release of this year. You have to pay for the upgrades and you have to pay for the DLC again, which makes it a 90 euro and or your regional equivalent game. But if we take these two out, because again, they haven't been released this year, it's just a re-release. Hades 2, Clair Obscur, Hollow Knight, Blue Prince, Split Fiction, the first real release of a AAA title is Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is also, again, a 90 euro title. For the 90 euros, I can at least buy 2 or 3 of those titles, or even more depending if I can get a discount, which I can, because Hollow Knight is 20 bucks. Hades 2 is, wait, how much is Hades 2? Is 30 bucks. Okay, I'm already at 50. And then Clair Obscur, I'm at about 90. Or Blueprints. Just these 3 games is the amount of Donkey Kong Bonanza. And yes, I really do count the DLC for Donkey Kong as a part of the whole, because this is now how I will look into video game pricing. because it's always just the most expensive version. Just like with Borderlands 4, that's a 130 euro title. The next game is Trails in the Sky, which is not an indie game. There are a small team, but not indie. Then Despelot, a soccer game about people. Huh, good to know. Don't know, but also probably an indie title. Talos Principle, again, a small team. I don't know if they're indie, but then again, Death Stranding 2. Let's just say it's on the 10th spot, because again, I don't count these two. This will make Donkey Kong on the 6th spot. The rest is really just, the top 10 is basically just 8 small to indie dev games. Just think about that. Then we have Monster Hunter Wilds, then Abiotic Factor, which is also an indie game, Kingdom Come Deliverance. I don't know if they're a small or mid-sized team, I really have no idea. Sword of the Sea, Final Fantasy Tactics, Earthrealm, and so on. Xenoblade Chronicles X, it's also just a remake. Okay, Ghost of Yotei, I don't count that one. It's okay. Dude, it's not even out yet. Why are you here? Also, who is going to play this game? But yeah, again, not even Borderlands is on here. Speaking of which, Borderlands 4. Let's go back here again. It's still on mixed because it runs atrocious. It's 62% as of right now, again with all reviews. And I don't know, man. I just don't want to talk about Borderlands anymore, but it's just such a good example. Because again, it's a 130 euro game. It's marred with bad performance, with a bad CEO who basically had a meltdown with code your own engine, and you have to know your, what was it, hardware and gender or whatever it was, like, be a man, don't complain. That was the gist of it. And yeah, Borderlands. When was it released? Wait, I already forgot. September 11th. So, this is an article by Align Analytics. I don't know if you say Align Analytics. It doesn't really matter. This has been released on September 18th, 10 days ago. So a week after Borderlands 4's release. At this point, they have a little bit more than 2.5 million players on all platforms. 1.3 million on Steam, 1 million on consoles, and yeah, that's basically it. Where's the 2 million? Huh. 2 million. 200,000 people are missing here in this one. But doesn't really matter. Why is this so important? The thing here is not only the meltdown of Randy Pitchford and so on, but also Borderlands 3. Get the fuck away. This is an article by Windows Central, published September 23rd, 2019. So basically 6 years ago. This was the release of Borderlands 3, and it sold 5 million copies in its first 5 days. So Borderlands 4 is not only way more expensive, runs way worse, but is also way less on sales numbers. And this is something that is really, really telling. I have here, yes, Hades 2 didn't sell as well because it's obviously not going to sell as well. It doesn't have the biggest name behind it. Hades 1 is a beloved game. But again, also with beloved games or franchises, you can have mixed results here. And we also have this with so many other titles where there is no argument that only people who are going to buy a game that they love. Silent Hill F has the same issue. Let's just look at Silent Hill F. What is the thing there right now? It's on very positive 80%, And a couple of days ago, when it was still on pre-release, which is not a pre-release, it's just the release date for people who have more money. And it's on very positive. As you can see, I've already about 12 hours into the game today as of releasing this video. I'm going to play it on Twitch again. You can please join me there so we can talk a little bit about the game as well. But yeah, back then the reviews weren't also on overwhelmingly positive because the game has also some issues. And with these small indie titles, there is so much love behind that. Of course, there are also devs in AAA in the AAA industry that love what they do. I'm not going to argue that because, of course, they love what they do. Well, most of them. But they are not marred with daily login bonuses, which was something really annoying for me in Monster Hunter Wilds. Yes, those daily login bonuses are nothing really special. They're just small trinkets here and there, but just that it exists, it just paints a really bad picture for me. Other titles, I don't know if Call of Duty does it. I forgot which FPS does it. But with the daily login bonuses, please help me out here. Which FPS was that one? I don't know why my mind jumps to Call of Duty. I need a little bit of help here. But daily login bonuses, they try to held you hostage to their game, where just interaction numbers are way more important to the upper management than fun in the game. And again, we have now Hades 2, we have Silksong, I played Dredge again, which is such a good game. And yeah, the Metacritic page it's just so many indie games. Clair Obscur they sold more copies of Clair Obscur than Borderlands 4. Just think about that. And why? Because the game is really, really fun. It doesn't try to hold you hostage. Blue Prince is also such an incredible game. I played so much of it. How much playtime do I have in Blue Prince? Just a second. Where is Blue Prince? Yeah, I already deinstalled it. Just a second. Blue Prince. I have 18 hours in the game. Which, yeah, to be fair, it's not the most that I could have spent in it, but it's just so much fun. And also a game that you can probably do it with AI, but you have to think of it first. Not only the pun of Blue Prince, but also the game is just, it's so good. I love Blue Prince. But yeah, I'm totally going off topic right now. I'm really sorry about that. Please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I'm keen to talk a little bit more about indie games with you. What is your favorite indie game of the year? Because again, mine, I really don't know. Blue Prince, now that I think of it, was so fantastic. Clair Obscur, of course. I started playing Hollow Knight, the first one. It's fantastic, man. And wait, okay, now I have to talk a little bit about that. What else do I have? Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. I have so many hours into that one, but it's just pre-release again, not pre-release. No, it's already on version 1.0, but I have played 93 hours of it. God damn. What else was this year? What else is there? No, Phasmophobia, definitely not. They just had their 5th birthday. Tactical Breach Wizards, is that one this year? No, that was last year. I don't know. I've also uninstalled so many games right now. I really have no idea. Last played. Let me just check. You know what? We're gonna go through this a little bit together. Now I have to know. Now you can also tell me which ones are your favorite. Again, Dredge I'm playing a little bit right now. Hollow Knight I just started. But Return to Moria, it's not an indie game, it's a small one. Grizz, I played through it really quick, but that was also not this year. Necrodancer, is it a game of this year? I forgot. Stellar Blade, definitely not. Trails of Cold Steel. Oh, this was. Oh no, this was this year. Uh, Resident Evil 2, no, no. Bolt Gun, Words of Vengeance is fantastic. It's so much fun. Blueprints again. The Room titles, they are awesome. Palworld is indie. I would argue that Palworld is indie. Rogue Trader definitely not. And then yeah, that was this year. Huh. I really have to play a little bit more of indie titles right now. But I play a lot of Phasmo. Almost 300 hours. God damn. But yeah, again, please leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section down below. I'm keen to know what you have to say. And while you're here, please remember to do all the things that make the dinks. Why? Because that way we can build a bigger community and talk more video game news every day. And by that, I of course mean like and subscribe. And if you want, you can share this with your friends. And please turn off YouTube's restricted mode. Otherwise, have a great day, my friend. Stay fantastic. Stay hydrated. And I will see you tomorrow with the next video. Bye, bye, bye.